Good morning dears. We are now dealing with the module AC circuit, which is the fourth module in the electrodynamics 2. And till yesterday we had discussed the series AC circuit, which consists of LC, CR and LR circuits, and also the series resonance circuit, which is the series LCR circuit. Okay dears, from today onwards we can discuss the parallel AC circuit. And the first one we are going to explain is parallel LCR circuit. One thing to remember is when we consider a series LCR circuit, the current passing through in this L, C and R will be same. Here the current will be same and here the current will be same. Only the difference is the voltage drop across the inductance is VL and across the resistance is VR, across the capacitance is VC. So, the total voltage here, total AC voltage here is distributing among the circuit as VL plus VR plus VC in a series circuit. But in case of a parallel circuit, that is in case of a parallel circuit, LCR or any parallel circuit, okay, in this case the voltage passing through this all will be same. This all will be same. So no need of calculating the resultant effect of V, just like we did in the case of series resonance circuit or series AC circuits. So you just remember one thing, that is here the distributing factor will be not the voltage, it is the current. That is the current across the inductance, current across the capacitance and current across the resistance. That's why here we are using an ammeter to calculate the resultant current, and the current will be distributed among the parallel components, inductance, capacitance and resistance, or any, if LC or LR or any parallel circuit which we are considering. So here the resultant effect we considering is IL plus IC plus IR. Okay, so you remember these things while we are dealing with the series and parallel AC circuit, then we can derive these problems, that is the parallel and series AC circuit derivations without any help. Then that is the series LCR circuit, the current is same across the among all the components and the resultant effect will be the sum of the voltage drop across the particular components. And in case of parallel circuit, the voltage distributed among the parallel component will be same and only the distributing factor is the current. So this is the resultant current, it will be distributed among the three parallel components or two parallel components, which is the circuit. So here the resultant effect is I is equal to IL plus IC plus IR. These are the important tricks to remember the difference between the parallel and series AC circuit. Now we can explain with the parallel LCR circuit. Consider a circuit which is connected with the parallel LCR. That is, an inductance and a capacitance and a resistance are connected in parallel with an applied EMF, and corresponding alternating current is passing through this, and this current is distributed across the inductance as IL and resistance capacitance as IC and here as IR. So if we need to calculate this, we can place an ammeter in these three components. So the current across each component, that is the inductance, capacitance, current across the each component IL, IC and IR can be obtained by knowing the reactance across these three components. That is, when we know about the reactance across the inductance, capacitance and reactance, we obtain the current across these components. And also the resultant current passing through this AC, from this AC can be obtained by the vector sum of the currents passing through the three branches, that is L, C and R. That is I is equal to IL plus IC plus IR. I is equal to IL plus IC plus IR. And also we know IL is equal to, according to Ohm's law, we know E is equal to IR, and also I will be equal to V by R or is equal to E by R. From this we can obtain the inductance across these. That is simply we know IR is equal to, that is E by R. And here IL is equal to E by XL, which is equal to E by L omega. And here across the capacitance E by XC, which is the capacitive reactance, that is E by 1 by C omega, so E C omega. And we have already studied that in case of an inductance, the current across the inductance will be lagging the applied EMF by an angle pi by 2. And also in case of a capacitance, the current across the capacitance leads the applied EMF by an angle pi by 2. And in case of the resistance, the current is in same phase with the applied EMF. So according to this phase difference, we can find out the resultant current using root of IR square plus IC minus IL. That is, simply you go through this vector diagram. IR is in phase with the I or applied EMF. And IL is lagging the EMF by an angle pi by 2. IL is lagging the EMF and IL is lagging with the EMF by an angle pi by 2. And this will be the EMF. So, and also IC is leading by an angle pi by 2, and the net effect of this leading and lagging is placed as IC minus IL as this component. So IR is in phase, and here the net effect of LC, that is IC minus IL, and these two will be added with the resultant effect for the E. E is equal to the resultant sum of this and this. That is I is equal to root of IR square plus IC minus IL square. That is equal to, we know IR is equal to, we have E by R plus IC minus IL. That is E by EC omega minus E by L omega whole square. So from this, by rearranging, by taking the E square inside the root, that is I by E is equal to root of 1 by R square plus C omega minus 1 by L omega whole square. Then by this equation we can obtain the impedance easily, that is Z is equal to 1 by root of 1 by R square plus C omega minus 1 by L omega square. And also we can write down the admittance, which is the reciprocal of impedance, that is Y is equal to 1 by Z, which is equal to 1 by R square plus C omega minus 1 by L omega square. In this equation, the C omega minus 1 by L omega is known as the susceptance, and which has the unit of Siemens. In this, C omega is known as the capacitive susceptance, and 1 by L omega is the inductive susceptance. And also, what is meant by susceptance? Susceptance is simply the reciprocal of reactance. It is simply the reciprocal of reactance. And in case of admittance, the real part is known as susceptance, and the imaginary part is known as susceptance, and the real part of admittance is known as conductance. And in case of impedance, the real part is resistance, imaginary part is reactance. So, susceptance is the imaginary part of admittance, and simply it is the reciprocal of reactance. It means how easily an AC current passes through a capacitance or inductance, etc. So, that's about the susceptance. Now we can explain the tan phi and phi from this vector diagram. That is the phase difference between the effective current and EMF, that is tan phi, which can be obtained as IC minus IL by IR. That is IC minus IL by IR. So, which is equal to, we know IC is equal to EC omega, and IL is equal to E by L omega, and IR is equal to E by R. So, substitute here, that is EC omega minus E by L omega divided by E by R, where the E got cancelled from the numerator and denominator, remaining C omega minus 1 by L omega divided by R, which is equal to R into, 1 by R into C omega minus 1 by L omega. That is, phi will be equal to tan inverse R into C omega minus 1 by L omega. This is the phase difference that happens between the effective current and alternating EMF. That's all about the parallel LCR circuit. So we have studied how the current is distributed along a parallel circuit, which is different from a series circuit, and also explain the components of effective current and impedance, admittance, and also the new term susceptance in this chapter, and also in this class. And also we have discussed with the phase angle by which the effective current and EMF is differing. This is all about the parallel LCR circuit. Thank you.